Hey friends, Billy from LM Cases here, and today we are going to take a look at our new LM Tor Systems ST1 True1 stringer box. So, I know what you're thinking. This is kind of weird. And, well, of course, it's an LM Tor Systems product, so you know that any LM Tor Systems product is going to be a little bit weird. I try not to build things like this unless there is a vacuum in the market. There are certainly a number of reputable companies that build, True1 stringer boxes and things like that, that can do this for way cheaper than we can. If you're building hundreds of these, of course the price comes down. Everything that we build from a metalworking capacity happens per order. So, obviously we're trying to do this as cost effective as we possibly can, but, it's we're building one where other companies are building hundreds. So why did we make this box? Well, if you follow us on Instagram, shameless plug. If you follow us on YouTube, shameless plug. You'll notice that a lot of our integrated cases that we have a True1 inlet. We have one specific one called the DSK-I, which is an inlet panel. We have a DSK-T, which is an outlet panel, and we also have a DSK-IT, which is a combination panel. There are videos for all of those. I'll link them in the description below if you want to continue researching LM and watch our propaganda films. But the reason why we're making this box is if you have several cases that have True1 inlets and you need to plug them all in, this is a good way to do that. So this is specifically designed to be essentially a very heavy-duty power strip. That's what this thing is designed to do. On the inlet stage, it has the Neutrik True1 inlet outlets. It has 4 top-mounted True1 outlets on the top and 1 side-mounted True1 outlet. So here is why we laid this out like we did. The inlet outlet is designed so that obviously you can power in from right here and then have a looped outlet that goes right there. And that solves a few different problems. So if you're running this as a stringer box, sometimes you want to link these together, which you can. So A is the input, G is one of the outputs that you can use. So if this is in line like this on a stage or behind a bunch of athletic trunks, you can have your input go right here, you can have your stringer output go right there. But if you also want to run one cable and power another system, say that has a PowerCon inlet, you can use an LM Tor Systems True1 to PowerCon in-out cable to take this cable and go right here and link another case. You can also use one of my favorite things, the quad box, the heavy-duty Hubble quad box. So you can have another set of Edison outlets that plug in right here, locally, right here, as all of your other cases are being, if this is powering your cases, this can give you some courtesy outlets that are local. So that is the intended of that. I wanted to give as many outputs as we possibly could on this, so we figured if we do it in this way, we can get 6. So as far as the outlets go, these are the regular True1 outlets. Under each outlet, there is a little space if you want to use a thin line Sharpie and write what this goes in. But really, the reason why we do this is just a very logical place to put a P-Touch label. So if this is an athletic thing, you can say this is the trainer's trunk, this is the coach-to-player charging case, or amp rack 1, amp rack 2, effects rack, RF rack, that kind of thing. The other reason why we very much like True1 in the LM world is that there are a lot of sports teams that are going international now, so you're dealing with 220-volt single-phase European power. The True1 family of outlets are designed to accommodate that. We have a variety of world power cables. So there are the greatest hits of Schuko F and E. We also have G connectors. We have the Italian connectors as well. You can check those out on lmcasesonline.com. If you go under the LM Tor Systems tab, I'll link them all also. So once you're into that 220-volt voltage format via this True1, you can distribute that out to other racks. So because of that, we have a little spot up here that says output voltage. So if you are running this in a 220 volt scenario, you can note the voltage up here just to make sure that people don't plug things in accidentally. The other things that we have here are, if you'll notice, all of the connection points are labeled A, B, C, D, and up to G. The reason why we do that is for troubleshooting. So if you can say, is A plugged in, is B plugged in, you'll know, what if you're on the phone with somebody and you're trying to troubleshoot a system, you can say, okay, I'm not getting power at F, but I'm getting power at E. That helps you as far as troubleshooting goes. Another thing that helps you with troubleshooting is we have a blue LED indicator light here to show you when voltage is present. This is compatible with 120 volts and also 220 volts. So you know that if all of your systems aren't plugged in, if you have a user that's not used to the power or the True1 format, if they maybe just have the connector in here like this and they're saying I'm not getting power, you can say, is the light illuminated? Click, now it is. So those are some of the unique design features that we have on this box. And one of the more odd features that we have on this box is we have 6/32 mounting holes on the front and back. So these are 6/32 press nuts. And the reason why we have these is you can purchase optional 1U rack ears. So we have a few power distribution products that have reversible rack ears. These are the same. This is the same 1U rack ear that we use for all of our products. So as an example, the LM Tor Systems PowerCon D1 distro allows you to make the back the front or the front the back. These are the replacement ears. These are a standalone part number on lmcasesonline.com. And what you can do is you can use one or two of these to mount to the side to mount this box. I realize that 99.99% of you will never need to do that, but from an integrator standpoint, you can say mount this in the lid of a case, and if you have, say, chargeable LED lights that need to be charged, you can power them with this. You can also, if you would like, rack mount it. It obviously doesn't follow a rack format, but you can reverse the ear to mount it like this and put this on the rear rail of a rack. You can mount it on the inside wall of a rack. Say if it's an amp rack that all of your amplifiers have power of True1 inputs on it, you can just put them in so that everything is locking. You can power the rack with A, and you can have all your outputs like that. So again, because we are installers ourselves here at LM, we look at things from an installation standpoint. So maybe the mass-produced box will cover you, but maybe you have to mount it. That's when LM comes in. Maybe this one little spot that says output voltage is the thing that is the difference maker between another box and this one. So we again, we do like to really put ourselves in the position of the people that are using these things on a day-to-day basis. And the real genesis of the product is I don't want you to go to Home Depot and buy a $5 power strip to plug in a bunch of different cases that all have True1 outlets on them. That's crazy. So stay within this infrastructure, and again, if you can split it out in any way, shape, or form, we thought that would be great. So again, if you have any questions, I end every video with this. You can email me directly, billy@lmcases.com. If you would like to buy the rack ears, or any other cable that we mentioned, you can buy those factory direct from us, lmcasesonline.com. And if you'd like to see any of the daily goings-on at LM, check us out on Instagram. We are LM_cases. As always, thank you so much for stopping by. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.